My first sort of experience of music that I remember was I went to an open day, and they basically had loads of instruments you could try out, and I tried to play the violin, and at the time I thought I was making, like a great piece of music, when it actually was probably like horrible screeching. But I had a good time. I was only like 7, and from that point onwards I think I always wanted to play instruments. My first instrument was the violin, and I played that probably for about 8 years. So most of my first memories of music are playing in orchestras and performing the violin. I enjoyed playing it to begin with, and then it became a bit of a chore, so it kind of wore me out. So I picked up the guitar, which I've played now for about 4 years. So I did start the trumpet. I played that for about half a year, and piano I use it to write other pieces. So it's like something that helps me to put ideas on a page, because it's quite easy, because it's so open, just to pick out different notes and play things that you hear. So I've played guitar for about 4 or 5 years in various different bands. The first band I was in, I formed at secondary school. It was meant to be just sort of like a fun thing with a few of my friends, but it ended up being kind of semi-serious. We did different gigs. The band was eventually called Resident Only, and it was quite a bit of fun playing gigs in and around London. It was quite an enjoyable experience, definitely something which I find memorable. So in terms of performing, I think when I first started out, it was a bit kind of like an acting performance almost for me, because it was something that was completely out of the ordinary to what I was used to doing. Because even when I played in orchestras, you still felt like you were sort of hidden amongst the many people, whereas suddenly I was like centre stage, everyone's looking at you. So music, although it's something which I do along with my studies, it's still very much something which I prioritise, sometimes to the detriment of my studies. Obviously my course, which I do, takes up a lot of my time. Classics requires a lot of reading, and so I spend every spare moment that I find on playing instruments, on writing pieces. Sometimes I'll get an idea at like 11 p.m. I'll end up staying up till like 2 a.m. trying to finish a piece of music. But it's hard to balance, but I think it's definitely worth it, because it means I have something to sort of wind down on, and something to that I can listen through that's kind of rewarding. So what I love about music is just the sound of it, like from the complexities to the subtleties. More recently I've got into lo-fi and quite simple music in a way, because I've spent a lot of time listening to metal music, and so then to listen to something which is very slow and very simple and just repetitive is quite soothing, because the focus isn't on I must play as good as humanly possible. It's more just kind of make a nice sound. But the main thing I like is people that write music because they enjoy the music. So it's music that's enjoyable. That's the point of it, is it's enjoyable. It's just make you feel some kind of emotion. There's an emotional reaction to it. The sort of thing with art is a lot of people say art should provoke an emotion. So in the same way, music should provoke an emotion. So I want music to in some way connect with me. So music has to reach me on a level which sometimes words can't. And fairly recently I had the opportunity of writing that sort of lo-fi style of music, because someone I know is making a game, and so I've been contracted in to write the music for it. So it's given me the opportunity to explore my music creativity in a different sphere to that I'm used to use different programs that I'm not used to. Now I can use instruments that I can play before. I can use different sounds and effects which I wouldn't be able to use before. I think the biggest thing that music has taught me is to sort of broaden my horizons, and to always be exploring new things which you haven't tried before. If you don't try new things, then you're never going to find out whether or not you enjoy them. And so now I'm sort of listening to all different styles of music, and sometimes I find weird, strange music that I really enjoy, and I think that can be applied to life in terms of just trying new things and seeing if you enjoy them.